Hey, welcome to Catching Dinner. I'm Stefan. Allison's coming along. Today we're going on a little excursion. We just drove 2 hours to get here. We're at Horseshoe Beach on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and we're going scalloping. This area is well known for scallops. Supposedly it's one of the better places. That's why they opened it a little bit earlier than by where we are in Crystal River. We still got to wait 2 more weeks, so we can handle that. We just had to get on some scallops. So we're gonna go prowling the flats. Hopefully we can find some. And they're phenomenal eating. They're fun to look for. So hey, let's go scalloping. Just pulled in. I dove in. Scallops everywhere. So we're gonna use a little mesh bag. Just recycling this little citrus bag here. And I'm excited. I saw a few nice ones. Told Allison. So we're getting ready. We're gonna be eating some scallops tonight. Ah! That's gonna be awesome.
It's opening and closing its shell right in my hand. It's a lively one. See? That's funny.
You're like a scallop ventriloquist there.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. There's probably at least a good gallon right here. Limit is 2 gallons per person. It's been a half hour. Allison and I cleaned up. It was a great spot. I put them in the bucket so I could see how much we got here. So I made lines. So we got over a gallon already. 4 gallon will get us, you know, here. So yeah. We got a good quarter of the mission accomplished right here.
First dive.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's very shallow. I don't know if you can see. Can you see them?
Yep.
So it's a little bit over a gallon already. Got some nice ones. One side is white, one side is dark. Sometimes you'll see the white side, makes it a lot easier, but a lot of times you don't. A lot of times they're open. You just see their little eyes. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see them. Little colorful eyes, a little bluish. Pretty awesome. We're gonna keep diving. Booyah! we're doing pretty good. Already we're, you know, over at half our limit. So we're over 2 gallons here. This guy's pretty cool. Look at that. Nice little orange shell. Most of them are obviously white, just like that. And then the other side is always brown. So, hey, pretty awesome. Couldn't ask for more. We've never been here and we're, you know, filling up the bucket pretty quick. So let's keep going, see if we can fill it up all the way to 4 gallons. I made a mark right here. You can see it. That's our 4-gallon mark. That's 3, and you know, so we're just a little bit over 2. So it's a beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day either. So let's keep diving.
This was just an amazingly perfect day. Scalloping has got to be one of my favorite things to do. First of all, I'm a swimmer, and swimming is one of my favorite activities. Now you combine that with hunting and gathering, treasures in the sea, and not to mention, I love seafood, and scallops top my list. So to get to bring home some fresh scallops after spending a day swimming around the water on a treasure hunt, scalloping cannot be beat. And guess what? We were able to fill this bucket. We're going home, guys, with 4 gallons worth of scallops. They are beautiful and they are tasty. So if you guys have never had the chance to scallop, you gotta do me a favor. Come to the west coast of Florida in July and you will have a ball. So we have a 2-hour ride home. It was definitely worth the trip. So glad we came and extended our season. And as soon as we get home, we're gonna show you how to clean these scallops, how to shuck them, prep them for cooking, and then we're gonna cook them up in a beautiful meal. So hey, stick around. We're gonna head home and we will see you in the kitchen.
So the last step was to dump the scallops in the ice. We brought the ice. So what it's gonna do is gonna make it so it's much easier later to open, because right now their lips are pretty tight. There's no way I can process them, but later they'll be a little bit more comatose. They'll be much easier to process. So hey, let's go home. See you in a bit. Made it back to the kitchen. We've been cranking on these bad boys. Look at this. That's some of the meat we got so far. There's a little bit more to go. So let me just show you the best way that we found to deal with these guys and turn them into some beautiful morsels of meat here. So first scenario is that, you know, your scallop, once you put it on ice, will open up like that. And that's the easiest, because really all you need is a spoon. So you see how you have the white side, you have the dark side. For a right-hand person, that's the easiest. You go like this, you follow the curvature, and you just cut the muscle, you scoop it off, just like that. So all I did is just followed it like this, and then you freeze it up. What you're left with it, that's the muscle and all the guts around. Next step, I go here over my little bait bowl. I'm gonna save this for bait because that's great bait. So I go from the top, just like that. See, that's the gut. See how dark it is? I just pull like so, and you see I expose the muscle just like that. And then the next step is you go again, you just scoop it, but you don't go all the way. You stop towards the end there, then use your finger, push. That's the tendon that's left, and what you're left with is some beautiful meat, just like that. Now some people would keep going and would release that, but this is very tough, so you don't really want that. That's not meat, that's just tendon. Now scenario number 2 is that we're dealing with is a clammed up scallop. You see how it's not really open? It's been on ice, but you can see there's a little crack right there. So all you gotta do is get yourself a knife that's got a stiff blade like that, short little knife. And you gotta be careful for your fingers. So you do, you slide your knife real quick through that little opening, just like that. Now make sure as you're pushing through that you're not gonna cut yourself. So I'm just holding it like that so there's no way I can get hurt. I'm angling up and I'm just pushing and quickly working back and forth like that until I feel the muscle that's, you know, right in here. As I cut it, it frees it up. And then I can use my spoon again and just, you know, scoop the rest, just like so. See? Worked. And then same thing again. Go here. That's the gut. See the dark right here? That's the gut. You get behind it, you pull, nice and easy. Now you go like so, just like I did earlier, all the way to the end. Then I use my finger to finish it off. And again, that's just the tendon, and that's the beautiful meat that we're left with.
And now it is time to cook up our recipe, and the star of the show tonight is our bay scallops that we harvested, and we're so excited to cook up. We're going to prepare a really easy yet phenomenally delicious recipe that you guys can do at home. I'll go over the ingredients with you. The recipe is basically a garlic, lemon, white wine sauce over the scallops served on capellini pasta. And capellini is just a fancy word for angel hair pasta. So I'm sure you guys know angel hair pasta. It's the smallest, thinnest pasta. And then the other ingredients that you'll need, just a tablespoon of olive oil. This is 1 to 2 thinly sliced garlic cloves. You're going to want some crushed red pepper if you like a kick, which we definitely do. This here is half a cup of white wine. We're using Chardonnay, but any dry white wine will do. We have a 1/4 cup of parsley. This is the curly Italian kind. You could also use flat leaf, as long as it's fresh. Fresh is best. We have here a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice, and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. We have some extra parsley, which you'll see is going to go on top with some breadcrumbs. And that is about it. The only other ingredients are some salt and pepper. So we're going to get the pan heated up really well, and we're going to start cooking. So step number 1 is get your pan nice and hot and pour in just about a tablespoon of olive oil. Let that olive oil heat up just a little bit, and then we're going to add our garlic. And we're going to saute that up until it's nice and golden brown. So we're going to give this garlic a little bit of salt. And see, now they're getting nice and crispy brown. Our white wine. Our lemon juice, minus the pit. Okay, we're going to add our lemon zest. We're going to save a little bit for the topping though. Definitely going to add some of our hot pepper. And our parsley. So now that we have all the ingredients in the pan, we're going to give it 30 seconds to a minute just to let the flavors combine together. We're also going to put a little bit of pepper to taste. Now it's time to add our scallops. So we threw in our 1/2 pound of bay scallops. They start off translucent when they're raw, and then as they cook, they turn more opaque. So we're looking for these scallops to turn white, a nice bright white, and that's how we know that they're done. Now the key is never, ever overcook scallops. They'll get really tough, and you don't want your scallops tough. You want them nice and tender. So as soon as you see them turn opaque, they're gonna come right off. And generally, scallops this size, it'll be about 3 to 4 minutes. So after we shut the camera down, I added a little bit of salt to the scallops, so I didn't wanna not get to tell you guys that. And now they're ready. So we have our bed of pasta, and we're just gonna put these beautiful scallops with the sauce that smell and look fantastic right on top. And don't forget to add some of the juice on top. You definitely want to do that. Now the last step is going to be a little bit of garnish. So I have just a little bit of the lemon zest in my hands. Going to sprinkle some of that on top. And then, of course, some fresh parsley for garnish. And what's going to really make it delicious is sprinkling a little bit of these Italian breadcrumbs on top.
Looks phenomenal.
And now the best part comes, tasting it.
Well, let's do it. Well, the time has finally come to give a verdict on this recipe. So let's see what we got. Wow. Allison cooked these bad boys to perfection. They're just, they're not tough by one stretch of the imagination. They're really, really tender, bursting with flavor, really sweet. That's why I think this recipe is great, because a lot of people will cook these like scampi style, a lot of butter and cream, which is fine, you know, it tastes great, but I think you lose a little bit of that sweetness and the flavor of the actual scallop, because these are the real deal. When you go and get them that fresh like we did, these cannot be beaten. And it's all well worth it. That's why we do catching dinner, because, you know, when it's all said and done, the dinner makes it all worth it. All the effort. And sure, it's fun. I mean, we had a great time on the water, don't get me wrong. But it is just that special. When you can go do it yourself and get them that fresh, you just can't beat it. I mean, it's hard to get that fresh anywhere at a restaurant. So unless you go and do it yourself, you're not gonna eat that good. Not as good as this, that's for sure. Hey, thank you so much for coming along in this adventure. This one has been in the making for a while. Last October when we first moved here, we're a little bummed because the season had just closed. And now to be able to go out, you know, yesterday we're so eager to get out there and for it to all work out like this, to find the scallops. We had never been to that spot. Find the scallops, you know, bring them home, cook them up like this, and such an amazing meal. It's just such a special time. Hope you guys can get out there. If you don't have a boat, no big deal. You know, the whole West Coast here will be open, you know, as of July. You can just either rent a boat, we've done that once before, or just go with a guide and you'll have a great time. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And it's just such an amazing experience. So hey, thank you so much for coming along once again. Also, people have been subscribing, liking, and just commenting. It means a lot to us, so thank you so much for being part of this channel. So hey, hope to catch you next time until the next adventure of catching dinner. Until then, we're out. And yeah, indulging in these beautiful things called scallops.